This portion of the news is brought to you by Shell Ultra Low Sulfur Diesel.
Welcome back to the weekend edition. A little rain and wind did not stop Junkanoo enthusiasts from lining Bay Street last night to participate in BTC's inaugural Rollover event. It's a Junkanoo rehearsal for the big showdown on Boxing and New Year's Day. The event was postponed this past Thursday due to inclement weather, and tickets sold for the BTC-sponsored event were honored on Saturday. The Junkanoo extravaganza is expected to help parade managers improve the efficiency of the parades, and it will be a special treat for the fans and a practice run for the judges. Even well-known Junkanoo lover Prime Minister Christie was there.
Anytime we are able to make an effort to support and promote Junkanoo, I'm going to do that, because if you're too young, you wouldn't know that I've always been the best dancer on Bay Street. I'm going to claim it. I came out, no, I don't want you to laugh. I came out last Christmas. I demonstrated it. When the young ones got tired, on Shirley Street, I was still kicking up my legs on Shirley Street. I did the entire lap. And so, I don't want anybody to talk bad about me now, because I'll come back out here Christmas and do it again.
Well, millions around the world tune in for the annual Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade in New York City, making it a phenomenon. This year, there will be a special treat for Bahamians who plan to watch as the Bahamas All-Star Matching Band will be on the traditional route. They competed for the coveted spot, beating out 175 high school and college bands from across the U.S. Band director Julian says his 130-member team is ready to wow the crowd and, above all, represent the Bahamas.
There's excitement in the air right now. Even the trip itself is full. You know, the plane is full, the charter flight that we're moving on, and the kids are excited about it. You'll see a different rhythm, a different energy level, different mode of excitement that we're going to take there to New York.
Our news team recently viewed the band's final practice session just to get a sneak peek of the spectacular performance. It was a night of glamour, giveaways, and great entertainment as hundreds packed the grand ballroom at the Atlantis Paradise Island Resort last night to attend the 21st annual Red Ribbon Ball. It's the biggest fundraiser for the Bahamas AIDS Foundation, and while the ball may have been dubbed a success by organizers, the foundation's president, Lady Camille, says there's more work to continue. In fact, they are teaming up with the Scotiabank, Starbucks, and ZNS News for their latest initiative titled the Be the Difference campaign.
The idea is that people are going to be able to purchase toys, yes, purchase books, and drop them off at any of those, the branches of Starbucks or Scotiabank or ZNS, and if they wish to make a monetary contribution, because we do have to purchase food, and we have a food and clothing bank, so clothing as well too. So people can actually go into Scotiabank, and there's a Be the Difference account where they can actually deposit funds, and Starbucks as well too is also willing to accept funds as well too. So we're quite excited about it, and of course because it's Christmas time, we're going to push the whole Christmas and toys a lot, but as we go into the rest of the year, it's food, it's other things that the kids need throughout the course of the year.
And from the Family Island this Sunday, this weekend's Andros Harvest Fest, also dubbed a huge success. Central Andros now has two major cultural events to call their own, Crab Fest and Harvest Fest. Julian Gibson spoke with Andros Tourism Manager Peter Douglas on how these cultural events will give Central Andros a much-needed economic boost.
Mr. Peter Douglas, staging events like the Andros Crab Fest and the Andros Harvest Fest, it's a taxing venture that requires a lot of dedicated volunteers and financial resources.
Tremendous amount of work goes into planning them, and the biggest problem that we have, the first one is funding and getting committed sponsors, and also getting full community involvement, because you have a small population in these areas and the human resources is easily worn out and taxed. And one of the things I've been trying to grow for years is local homegrown entertainment. And that's why last night you saw a homegrown Junkanoo group that we're trying to really bring here to Andros, which will be an important part of our cultural entertainment at these festivals.
Now for Peter Douglas, there's no greater pleasure for him when at the end of the day, vendors are left with a financial smile.
It means a lot, not only for me, but for the community. A lot of vendors and people who supply vendors all look forward to these events because it supports their income so that they can have a better standard of living. And it's important. Festivals are important to us to develop our domestic tourism in the Family Islands.
Now, with the conclusion of the Andros Harvest Fest, the concentration now will be Andros Crab Fest 2015.
Once festivals get to a certain size, like Crab Fest, you need more funding and greater participation from all of the stakeholders. You have a lot of the stakeholders who make money off the event. There's very little to sponsor and build the event. So it becomes more, instead of a symbiotic relationship, becomes parasitic, means everybody is preying on the event and putting nothing into it to develop it and evolve it to something better and more entertaining.
What's the budget for Crab Fest?
Crab Fest budget runs anywhere from $100,000+ to $150,000.
Reporting for the ZNS News Network, I'm Julian Gibson.
And that does it for this portion of the news. Distance runners brave the inclement weather to participate in the Bahamas Half Marathon. Kelsey Johnson is up next with Sunday Sports.